that him being in jail does give him like plot reasons to get jacked, like he does.
He's gonna pull an Uncle Iroh.
Exactly.
Welcome back to the break room. Is 2027 gonna be packed to the brim with super stuff? And why is that temple made out of bones? And hey, did Jordan Peele get out? We'll find out. It's the headline show on a Wednesday!
Oh, midweek headlines!
You can't stop me from yelling about headlines. I'm John Costa, and joining me today, nobody bumps them from the schedule. It's Aaron Perine.
Hey, what's going on? I'm back.
That's right.
That.
Welcome back.
Not bumped.
Welcome back. And she built everything from locally sourced bones. It's a woman of tomorrow, Gina Ippolito.
Really? It took you a second there. I think I know whose bones I'm going to source next.
I'm like Harry Potter when he's... I just kind of exist.
Yeah, I managed to extract the bones but keep you alive.
Yeah, and I'm really deeply appreciative.
You're just really gelatinous after that.
Thank you. I still have all my joints. Hey, coming up, we've got news. I'm reading the script. This is on my laptop. Hey, coming up, we've got news about what that next Superman movie is going to be. The second part of 28 years later after that unhinged ending in part one. Jesus Christ. And what's up with that Jordan Peele movie? We're going to talk about all of it on the show today. Let's just get into it. I have nothing more. I truly have nothing more to say.
Listen, you got a vamp, man.
I got a vamp, man. How was your weekend?
That's not the kind of vamp.
Hey, speaking of the weekend, it's the middle of the week. We got news today. Superman, Man of Tomorrow is the next James Gunn DCU directed project. And the next Superman main title in the series.
Well, maybe not the next one. Maybe read a little further down the script.
I asked you how much prep I needed to do for the show today, and you said, "Did you read the script?" And I said no, and so this is my fault. It's been a busy day, you guys. It's being released on July 9th, 2027, and Gunn is writing and directing. Nicholas Hoult, who played Lex Luthor, and David Cornswell, playing, of course, the titular Superman, are both returning. Gunn announced it on social media, and he included a drawing of the some of the original art from Jim Lee with Lex and Kal-El, or whatever you'd like to call that character. Is this what you're alluding to?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not the next
Supergirl, which is not a Superman movie, is going to be releasing on June 26th, 2026. That's easy to remember. It's 6/26/26.
You said it was the next film in the Superman oeuvre.
That's definitely not a direct quote. I did know about Supergirl and Clayface, Gina, to be clear. Supergirl is going to be releasing on June 26th, 2026. There's some rumors that has already been through like test screenings and it's gotten a positive reception. Very excited for that film. And then the studio's also going into production on Clayface. We saw some set photos. If you're a good internet sleuther, we don't have them here. We don't like to show set photos. Some people consider them spoilers. Some people consider that to be illegal.
Yeah.
Check them out. They're interesting. They're online if you want to do
Clayface?
Yeah.
Is it really a man made of clay?
It's not. It's about a character. It's about a person. Yeah.
False advertising.
Wow. Aaron.
Yes.
A couple quick questions for you.
Sure.
What did you think about this announcement?
It's very surprising. This just comes out of nowhere, like on a random Wednesday. Like, what's going on here? Why?
On a random Wednesday, James Gunn's like taking a poop and he's like, it's good.
Someone asked me on Twitter.
Fire that title off. Put a photo in here.
You're also going to sell like a gajillion weird Lex Luthor action figures. So congratulations! I believe I had the figure of him in this ridiculous kryptonite armor or whatever powered armor. Like I'm like, are they working together? Because I mean, last time we seen Nicholas Hoult, he was getting dragged away and his head was getting banged against.
Yeah, Lex Luthor looks like a GoBot. Like he's like wearing like a big, like he's like, hey, I'm a big guy in a big green suit now, big green metal suit.
You know, one of my problems with the Superman movie was how I felt like
too many strong women characters.
Too many strong women characters.
Saying it around the office.
I did think that one of the sides in the war should have that other side should have won. Forgetting the fictional names of the characters.
John was rooting for Lex Luthor. He was like, I just think tech bros have the best idea.
Trickle it down. Trickle it down. That's all I have to say. No, but it's interesting. He one of my problems was that like it felt unrealistic that this billionaire who had done something very bad got like dragged away.
Did it? It felt unrealistic. I see.
In our world, the billionaires usually get away with it.
Well, I mean, in the next movie, it'll be revealed that he didn't get any time, or it'll be like, "Your time served, sir. You're free."
Yeah,
You're
so
free
that was what I was going to say at the end of my sentence. Gina and I have been drinking. It's not true. No, but I think that this is good to hear that Lex is getting like that makes this world feel more real, or at least more real to our world.
That he got released.
Unfortunately. But you can also see a world where the DCU sort of Luthor Corp owns a bunch of prisons.
Yeah.
Right? And, maybe he pulls some strings and gets out early.
Or whoever the president is, like, pardoned him, and then he's like, I'll give you $5 million.
That seems unrealistic. That seems unrealistic to me. Where's the list, Lex?
Whoa.
Release the Lex-Stein list.
That him being in jail does give him like plot reasons to get jacked, like he does.
He's gonna pull an Uncle Iroh.
Also, of the 1981 Superman 2, it starts with Lex in prison, and he plans a prison escape, and everyone's just like, there he goes, like look at him. But it's an air balloon in that one. In case you haven't recently seen the 1981 Superman movie, he escapes via air balloon in that one. This is not a bit.
It's gonna be Grodd just reading him a paper like, life on the outside seems strange. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah. He makes friends with all the like metahumans and giant gorillas in there.
Yep.
So here's a question, right? Like Lex Luthor obviously is probably the most iconic Superman villain.
Yeah, definitely.
Argue.
Right.
So it's kind of nice that it's not a one and done. Like Marvel Studios has done a lot of one and done villains that are hugely iconic, and obviously like Ultron is coming back in the Vision Quest show, and other characters have come and gone and all that kind of stuff.
But
are you happy to see Lex not sort of be done in the DCU, or would you have would you have preferred a little bit of a break from that character?
I mean, 2027 is a break. I think that's But I think like in the animated series and in the TV shows and things like that, he isn't just like, oh well, that bad guy's been put in jail and like we never have to think about him again. It's like oh yay for our justice system, it works 100% of the time for 100% of people. But like it does make sense that Lex Luthor would immediately be like plotting his way out. He's supposed to be like one of the smartest people. And it makes sense that he would figure out some sort of either legal loophole or like illegal escape or whatever. I would wager James Gunn, he's gonna find a way to one-up it, so it's probably not just gonna be Lex Luthor. But if it is, like that's cool too. I mean, I've watched many cartoons where it's like, 38 episodes of just Lex Luthor villain? Great, I'm on board.
It could be also, I mean, a lot of like some of the photos or whatever, the images, they focus on the two of them working together. So it would be fun to see Superman get Silence of the Lambs to go into Lex's cell and be like, I need your help.
Yeah.
Ultraman didn't work, so I'm going to go after the real article.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, it also like that scene where Superman is intimidating Lex in the tower. You can see a world where Lex is like, I'm just a man. I need to beef myself up so I can go toe-to-toe with this Goliath.
We think he's going to get jacked?
No, that's why he creates this suit so that he can go, mano-a-mano.
Use your brain, man. Use your big old bald brain.
Use that bald brain.
He's like, the HGH just isn't hitting hard enough.
Yeah.
Stuff.
So it's going to be like Lex Luthor infusing the son of his blood into his bloodstream, and he's like, I'm a billionaire. I can do this now.
Does The Rock exist in the DC universe? Is like I'm not saying Black Adam. I'm saying does The Rock exist? And can he get some tips to get huge? I think that this is an exciting move, specifically because I thought Nicholas Hoult was so good.
Oh yeah. He crushed it.
Yeah, and if you're not familiar, Man of Tomorrow is a title of both a run in the comics in the 90s, but also was an animated film that came out based on those same comics in 2020. I wonder how closely this will all be following that storyline. My guess is it's mostly a title, and maybe you pull some inspiration there and you tell an original story.
It's weird because this Superman pulled so much from All-Star Superman. Like there's so much of that book that made it in there, but it's still its own story. Right. I figure like you're gonna he's gonna pick and choose the stuff he likes.
Because Gunn does like to, I bet he announced this so he could be like, yeah, go read this comic, and then I bet he pulls some stuff. It's not, he doesn't usually like just do a title and then nothing. He'll have some fun little comics Easter eggs that some dorky channel will then have to break down.
Oh, who's that?
I don't know.
Shout out to Heavy Spoilers.
Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. James Gunn, I think, I might be misquoting him here, so I apologize if that's the case, has sort of said like, title, subtitle is not his favorite thing, and we've got Guardians of the Galaxy movies that are all, volume 2, volume 3. So this is interesting, and I wonder if future DCU titles will do title, subtitle, or if they'll go, it's hard because you have a movie called Superman, which already exists, and they did Superman Legacy for a little while, and then went back. Superman 2, also a movie that exists, it'll be interesting to see how they name these things going forward. One of the other things that I wanted to mention is, I believe in Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 1, there was sort of like a throwaway line by, maybe it was Rick Flag Sr. or Bordeaux, is that her name? It's like a wine name.
Yes. Yeah.
Saying like, people have escaped prison, escaped Arkham.
Yeah.
Like, do you think that this is Lex escaping and going on a rampage, or do you think that he'll like government his way out of jail?
To me, he seems more like I'm gonna use these like loopholes in the law and my very expensive lawyers to get me out of jail. He's just like more that villain. He's just like a rich dude in the world who's like, no, like guilty doesn't matter to most people at the top these days. So that to me seems more Lex Luthor-y. Like if it was the Joker or something, I'd be like, oh, he's obviously gonna escape. Right. Like he's an insane person who's gonna escape. But no, I bet Lex Luthor, like the second he was arrested, was like, get my 80 lawyers on the phone. And then like they're like, all right, well, let's see, because it's not someone from Earth, there is a little known legal loophole that since he was the one, you can claim entrapment by an alien. Hire me, Lex Luthor. I'll be your Better Call Saul. I'll work
Get
all
Bob
the
in
angles.
that. Get Bob in that movie. Get Bob in that movie. We also got like we did get a couple of courthouse scenes, if I'm remembering correctly, in like The Dark Knight Rises, maybe, or maybe it was like sort of a kangaroo court type situation. I don't know if I'm using.
No, it's because what's her name was like the DA and like she was like the assistant DA.
Yeah,
Rachel. Sounds like Sounds like it. It's been a
while. I don't know. I haven't seen that movie since I had to see it 6 times in theater opening weekend.
6 times.
It was one of those things where like everyone was so excited for that movie, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna see it with Corbin and Christian this weekend, and I'm gonna see it with my dad here, but like none of them could do midnight screening, so I'm gonna go by myself at midnight.
Yeah.
And then I didn't love it, but I still had to watch it a million times.
All the angry comments. And then finally.
No, hey, I mean, The Dark Knight Rises is definitely the worst out of that trilogy, right? We can all agree on that. Right? Pretty much.
Everyone was like, "Sir, you need to leave the theater. You're either."
Because I was putting a popcorn bucket over my head and trying to do a Bane impression. It's good, but you have to shut up.
Can you get this guy out of here? I don't know if he's sleeping in there or doing Bane impressions or just jerking it in a seat. But
all
one
three
of the
at the same time. It's
Wow, that's dexterity.
One of the I already mentioned that Clayface has started shooting. They're shooting Liverpool for Gotham City, which is very cool. If you know anything about Liverpool,
I don't.
A little coastal city on the west coast of England there, and there's some beautiful, I think, Gothic inspired buildings right there on the waterfront there that I think will do a great Gotham City. My question really is like, how globetrottery or even like America trottery do you think that the Superman is going to be? You think they stick to Metropolis and they want to kind of continue to build that out, or
that's a good question.
Or do you think we'll kind of see more of the DCU?
I mean, I feel like Clayface is like, his whole story is like he's an actor, who gets into an accident. But so like, I wouldn't be surprised if they were like, now look, we're flying to Los Angeles, like, or something.
Sorry,
like
I meant they're establishing Gotham and Clayface, but do you think the Superman movie will pop between different cities like that?
I don't know, maybe.
But we did Metropolis. We did the fictional city, the fictional country.
Yeah,
and then like Smallville. That was the three things in this last one.
Right.
And the Fortress of Solitude. You know?
Right, and random like Antarctic wastes.
Yeah. I think like James Gunn likes to do location things. I think
if he made that entire mural for no reason and we never see anything but Metropolis and Gotham and like Smallville, goodness gracious.
Well, the reason I'm asking that question is like, what are the chances Batman shows up in this movie?
I mean, I think it all depends on like what's happening before that. Like if like we got a little bit of a nod to it in the first Superman, it was like, we're evacuating near Gotham, and then like saw some street signs and blah blah blah. I think it all depends on like what he's announcing and what he's ready to announce. I think if he's ready to announce like all right, we got Batman coming in 2 months, and he's gonna be like, yeah, let's slap something in there, whether it's a post-credit scene or whatever. I think if he's like, stop asking me about Batman. I got stop tweeting at me. Then he's gonna be like, let's not mention it this time. I hate everybody.
Yeah.
Alan, take a step back. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it yet.
Yeah. No Batman for you guys.
Because I asked, now this movie is dated for 2027,
yeah,
and there is no date for Batman Bold and the Brave.
We'll
so that it seems like this movie's going to come out. We will all be dead by then.
Yeah.
It does seem like this movie's going to come out before we get a DCU Batman movie.
You think 2020 this will come out? Don't you think people would riot if like we don't get a Batman in the next?
Well, we're gonna get Batman Part 2 and Elseworlds Batman story also in 2027.
Okay.
So there will be a little bit of like, Batman fans can take a breath. We're gonna get hopefully a killer. I prefer every sequel. Not that kind of breath there. Hopefully it's a sequel that really delivers. Matt Reeves certainly has taken an adequate amount of time on that script.
We know Krager has some script floating out there.
That's right. We know.
Weapons. Zach Krager apparently has written a script that no one paid him to write. That's
but apparently
about
has some
henchmen.
rogues gallery.
Yeah, like it's set in that universe, but it's just about like Batman universe henchmen that he's now like, come buy this from me, guys. Which is also kind of how he wrote Weapons. He just like wrote it and was like, anyone wanna? He went to the corner and started screaming like, buy my script. And people were like, okay. Because that's how easy it is to be a writer in Hollywood.
He just ran down the street like this. And
the head of Universal was like, gotta get that script. And then Jordan Peele was there like, gotta get that script.
Today's episode of Breakroom is brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Football season starts soon, so we're already keeping an eye on some bets we'd like to place. It's so easy and adds a fun element to watching the games beyond wanting your team to win. I'm a fan of the over-under bets, like will Saquon Barkley have more or less than one rushing touchdown opening week? More? For sure. But Joe Burrow's not getting 2.5 passing TDs. I'm taking the under. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your pick right, you could cash in. Prize Picks is also the best way to get action on sports in more than 40 states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. Prize Picks puts their users first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. Download the app today and use code BREAKROOM to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code BREAKROOM to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
In 2019, think back before everything.
I've heard of it.
Before the world ended. In 2019, this is gonna make sense.
Okay.
Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The Lion King live action, which is not a great movie, but it made a lot of money. Toy Story 4, Frozen 2, Captain Marvel,
Not
The Rise
really
of
selling this year,
Skywalker,
to be
Far
honest.
From Home, Joker, It Chapter 2, Us, Jumanji sequel.
If your
A
point
lot
is
of
this
big
is the best
movies.
year for movies.
A lot of big movies that made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Is my point.
Yeah.
Endgame. A lot of people love Toy Story 4. Far From Home is a great film. A lot of people love Joker. That's a big year for like comic book or even, like fandom movies, I should say.
Okay. I see.
2027, here we go, 8 years later, is going to have the Batman Part 2.
Okay.
It's going to have this Superman movie.
Okay.
It's going to have Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
It's going to have Avengers Secret Wars.
Okay.
I think there might be like a Toy Story 5 in there. Someone will correct me in the comments, but I think there's some big Disney sequels coming out that year too.
I think it might be 2026, but whatever.
Starfighter?
Maybe there's Starfighter,
Yeah.
right? Like
The last Starfighter.
Is this year, if the dates hold? That movie's not on the list. Is this going to be like the biggest? Is the box office going to be back? Right? Like the story of this box office year is like these movies were very good and people are seeing them, but not as much as we thought.
Still think we'll be dead by then, so
Okay,
nothing
so we're
matters.
gonna be dead. Any optimism from Aaron?
Optimism for me. As long as they go ahead and make Wicked Part 3 to put it
Okay,
in.
okay.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
gooder.
Yeah, there's like another country that like was gonna wipe us off the map, but they were like, oh wait,
Wait, oh.
You
Wicked
guys
Part
have been
3.
looking? Let them
Okay,
go.
let's we'll let you live for another year.
What do you guys think?
It's a lot of titles.
Yeah, it is a lot of titles.
Titles.
Also, now I'm obsessed with this idea that our destruction hinges on like a speed like thing where it's like if you release enough movies that I like, we will not destroy you.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's
What does Sandra
aliens
Bullock
that are
have to say
talking
about
about like destroying it. Like aliens are like, all right, it's time to destroy Earth. They've gone off the rails. It's insane. And then they're like, wait, we got to do it after Doomsday though, because I kind of want to see how that all happens. So my point is keep making movies, otherwise the aliens will destroy us.
I think it'll probably be bigger than this year just because of like the scale of all of it. Like,
Yeah. Also, like we're still this year, like we're still kind of like. I know this was 2 years ago, but we're still shaking off the effects of the strike.
Yeah.
I know to like the layman, it seems like 2 years. Clearly, we're not. But like we had strikes
No,
and then
you're right.
fires, and we're just now sort of still burning off the stuff that was like sort of like delayed from the strikes. We actually have another news story later that is a movie that was directly affected by the strikes. I think 2027 will be sort of like the first time where it's like, okay, fires, like we've got that under control. Strike, we've got that under control, and we've like bought new stuff and have made it. So to me, it makes sense that 2027 is the first like real big year back.
So you don't think Trump's tariffs on movie box office gross that he has threatened will...
Listen, when he
have effect?
dies 3 days from now.
We're getting real political. And
Listen, that's not political.
I'm okay with that.
That's not political.
You're right.
That's
You're
just
stating
fact. He's an
speculation.
old man. I could say that about literally any old man who looks like he's melting. But when he dies 3 days from now, and everyone's like, let's forget that he said this.
Yeah,
I think Ben will really be back, baby.
Great. Speaking of death, we got a trailer for a 28 years later, The Bone Temple. It's interesting. This is a direct sequel to 28 Years Later, the Danny Boyle directed film that came out this year.
It's great. Weird. Weird.
It's fun that the sequels for 28 Days Later have been like very disconnected from the movies that preceded it, other than the world that they take place in. This is a very direct sequel.
Yeah.
And one of the complaints that I made when we talked about 28 Years Later was like, hey, they had this alpha character. If you're not familiar with 28 Years Later, you haven't seen it. There's a big boy zombie who they call the alpha, who's got a big schlong.
Yeah,
They
big ol'
sedate him, and my argument was like, why? If you have the ability to sedate him, why don't you just kill him then and there so that you feel more safe?
No, that goes
Makes
against
sense.
everything that because the whole point is like he's learned to exist. The Ray Fiennes character has learned to coexist with these zombies, so he doesn't kill them unless he absolutely has to.
Yeah, I think that's a bad decision. But it looks like this movie is going to explore that in a lot more depth. And we have the trailer pulled, I believe, if you want to take a look at
there's
that now.
at one point Ray Fiennes is with the big schlong.
Cool, let's check it out. It looks great.
It looks great.
It looks great, and it looks great.
The first
Does that make sense?
part of it, like I love the first part of it. Also, if this is gonna be a big spoiler if you haven't seen the first one, but like it ends with like, this kid sort of goes on a journey with his mom to find out what's wrong with her. She sort of has some sort of like brain tumor that obviously can't be cured in a zombie apocalypse. And then he like decides he doesn't want to go home to his sort of like weird society where his dad is. His dad is Craven the Hunter. It's a
Literally.
It's a crossover. Crossover
Sony,
film.
thank you, Sony.
No, but then he's like, "Hey, Dad, I'm gonna go out on my own, even though I'm just a little baby boy." And then when he's out there, these like weird Swedish tracksuit guys find him. They're like, "Hey, want to potty with us?" That's the exact movie plot. I'm pretty sure. I nailed it.
Wow.
But then like it ends, and you're like, "Wait, there's a weird Swedish tracksuit guys," and they're like, "Mind if we take care of the zombie for you?" And the kid's like, and they're like, "Yeah." And then
Interesting that you've gone with this accent and picked Sweden, because I do think they were English.
If you're gonna wear blonde wigs, I'm gonna assume you're Swedish.
You might have to double check that.
But yeah, like it ends in this very strange way that left me being like, I gotta see the next part of this. And this trailer is also weird, also delivers. I'm excited for this. Are you guys excited for this, or am I alone here?
It's super interesting that ending of that last movie, the choice was so deliberate.
Yeah.
It was so deliberate. Because if you're not from England, you don't understand the reference. I had so many people texting me like, do you understand why they have blonde wigs? Like, what the heck's going on? And I'm like, I am not British.
Okay, here's my question. Do you think that, like, I don't know if you saw this story when The Force Awakens came out, but there was like a news story that Rian Johnson had asked J.J. Abrams to like have Rey bring R2-D2 with her to that island that Luke is on, and he like rearranged. He like rearranged the end of that movie to include that, so that it could be a good setup for The Last Jedi. Do you think that Nia Costa was like, "Hey, Danny, I'm doing something very crazy, and I need you to do this sequence that makes no fucking sense"? And Danny was like, "I'm also fucking crazy, so like, let's go."
Yeah. She was like, "Don't ask any questions. Here are a bunch of actors that I slap blonde wigs on."
Because I don't think this is the case, of course, but it does feel so like just tacked on to the end of that movie.
I mean, I kind of like it because I think that the ending of that movie is a bummer. It's basically like a kid sort of breaking away from this like cycle of abuse of his dad and his mom being sick and realizing like, oh, there's like other ways to live. They're all insane, but there's other ways out there. And like that just on its own would have been like a bummer of an ending if it had ended with like Craven being like, "No, my boy's gone," like in the water, like screaming. And then it's like, wow, that was harsh. We just saw a poor woman, like die because she had a brain tumor. Ralph Fiennes is over here dancing naked with the alpha. Like, what's going on? This is not what this movie is about. I'm really paraphrasing here. But then the fact that it didn't end in this bummer way, the fact that the kid was like, "Yeah, I'm going out on my Swedes," like
Definitely Swedes.
And then the Swedish chef is there for some reason. It just ends in this insane way.
It is crazy. Have either of you guys seen the movie Grizzly Man?
Oh, I
the
mean,
Werner Herzog documentary film?
Yes.
Do you think that this... Aaron has not seen
Explain
Grizzly Man.
Grizzly Man.
Grizzly Man, spoiler for a movie that came out probably 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Grizzly Man is about this man who befriends a grizzly bear and thinks that they're like buds and like treats this grizzly bear as a pet.
Yeah, he's like, my bear friend.
The end of the movie is the guy gets fucking killed by it.
But it's real, and
it's real.
It's like very predictable.
It's
like
real.
everyone watching it is like, wow, how's this guy not getting? Oh, he did.
So does Ralph Fiennes get grizzly manned by the alpha in this movie?
I mean, like we see in that scene. So what he's holding in that scene is the sedative that he's like found sort of stops them in their tracks and you could believe that he's like, oh, I see life behind those eyes.
Yeah.
Hey, big guy, sun's getting real low. And then like the alpha just bites his head off. But I like
think
to
there will
think
be a real relationship there.
You think
but
so?
I think that it will end in tragedy.
Yeah. I mean, also, I think Ralph Fiennes at this point, he's kind of he coats himself in this sort of like anti zombie bite stuff. That's like kind of like bug spray.
Some kind of iodine.
Yeah, it's like iodine. He's like, it makes me less tasty to them. So maybe I think if anyone can sort of befriend these zombies in this new society, and that voiceover there that was like, oh, it's a new world. Like give the zombies the right to vote is what I'm saying.
Oh, interesting.
Make a new society formed by zombies.
You didn't give me a real attorney. You just gave me another zombie.
Well, he makes a good point. Cleared of all charges.
I'll also say, like, Ray Fiennes in this movie does give big, like, take me energy.
Yeah.
And I think would be down to
go.
get murdered by a zombie, weirdly.
Also like the guy in Grizzly Man.
Hey, I guess so. This movie is being directed by Nia DaCosta, who, of course, has done The Marvels and Candyman, the Candyman sequel, or not sequel, but sort of reimagination.
Yeah.
I think it looks like a lot of fun. Written by Alex Garland, who's written wrote
Civil War.
Well, I was also going to say wrote 28 Days Later and 28 Years Later, but also wrote Civil War and Annihilation and Ex Machina and Sunshine and all these movies.
Let him cook. He's good.
I believe Danny Boyle will be producing this film and is going to be directing the sequel, the third one in this new trilogy.
Okay.
I'm excited for this sort of revival of this franchise. It's been fun.
Yeah, I really thought it was good. I really liked the original. The second one, I think, of all of them, it's good, but it's like probably the weakest of the three. It's interesting that they did two, and now they're like, we're gonna do three more. And this is a trilogy. Ignore those first two. But yeah, I think saying like in this one being like, yeah, the rest of the world is fine. It's just this one like weird ass like island that still has zombies on it. Like I'm like, that's great.
I wanted to ask you guys about that too.
Jonathan Bailey shows up.
Jonathan Bailey shows up. He's shooting dinosaurs with a gun.
Yeah.
It's very weird. We got a glimpse of the sort of outside world in 28 Years Later. This island has been sort of quarantined, and the outside world seems like it's kind of continuing on. So it's something that, like, you said, we're going to get outside world stuff, but it looked like it was more flashback. Is that something you guys would want to see? Like, what's the rest of the world doing? Or even someone trying to, like, swim across the channel and try to, like, sneak their way back to society.
We're so stupid now that I would buy that someone would be like, yo, TikTok challenge! Swim to the zombie island and touch a zombie and then run away! And then, like, people are like, oh, remember if you go there, we quarantine you forever and then you're trapped there? They're like, whatever, it's worth it, man. Worth it for the clicks.
Okay. So you want the influencer.
No, I don't want that. I just think that is, like, real life. I think that if there was, like, a quarantined island with zombies on it, there would be like some trad wife that's like, I stay at home and I churn my butter, and then like her
zombie
kids,
Zombie husband.
Yeah. I'm obedient to my zombie husband. Rawr, yes, AI. Bite me. But yeah, I believe that there would be some idiots that would be like, yo, zombie prank, bro. Zombie ice bucket challenge.
Challenges.
And that's how they're cured. Shockingly, no one tried the old Wizard of Oz on the zombies.
Yeah, they're like, ugh, what? That was so cold.
That was refreshing. My brain fog is gone.
Icky 420.
My brain is now active again and firing on all cylinders.
Why
am I naked?
Speaking of firing on all cylinders, Jordan Peele's newest movie, yet to be released, yet to be titled. Unfortunately, he's not coming out when we thought it was going to come out. Universal has removed this film from their schedule, and there's a lot of doomer takes out there that this movie is going to get axed.
Yeah.
No. If you read that article, Peele is still working on the film.
Yeah.
It just seems like he needs more time. And Gina mentioned this earlier. I'll give you the floor, actually. You want to talk about release dates?
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, tons of movies get sort of, like, placeholder dates. Like, that's how it works when studios are talking to their shareholders and when they're doing all of this and setting the next few years of their slate. They'll be like, okay, we could put Jordan's movie here, and then we'll put this here. And it's not, like, they're not hard and fast rules, especially when they're far out. I mean, we just saw this with Mortal Kombat. Like, that was, like, they released a trailer, and they, like, and it was coming out in October, in, like, a month. And they were like, let's move it. So this is not unusual for them to say, like, hey, like, Jordan, Mr. Peele, when do you think you'll have it ready? Do you think you have it ready by this date? And he'll be like, sure, put in that as a placeholder date. We'll see how far along I am. And then we'll revisit in a couple months. And this was just them revisiting. So it's not a doom and gloom scenario. It doesn't mean there's problems with it. he honestly probably just wanted more time to finalize the script, which is not a bad thing. I think more movies need to finalize scripts before you start shooting things. It is the most important part of the process. And Jordan, coming from a writer background, probably was like, hey, I need to tweak it a little bit more. Let's just push it back. But yeah, anyone saying otherwise doesn't know shit.
Oh, whoa.
Can I say that?
Interesting.
Can I say that? Come at me. Come at me. Go do a TikTok challenge to a zombie island.
No, you're right, and I will after this, but first, yeah, I mean, Universal would obviously rather have a Jordan Peele hit than a Jordan Peele miss 2 years earlier.
And he has a lot of control, a lot of creative control
there's no
over
chance
what he
that
does.
he has final cut on this movie.
Right. It's not like with Marvel movies, if they said it and a writer's like, hey, I'm not ready, they're like, cool, bye, bro. But like, you can't replace Jordan Peele on a Jordan Peele movie. He has a lot of control. So if he says like, hey, I need more time, they're gonna be like, okay, yeah, whatever you want. They want to keep him happy. So I don't think this is anything to worry about it. In the meantime, he's producing him, which I think looks awesome. I think it looks great. My butt's gonna be in that seat like opening weekend. So you have stuff to tide you over. Also, what if this is just a big like marketing campaign? Like he's like, let's just like not announce it and then drop it at midnight. And then everyone's gonna go. I mean, honestly, I would love that. I would lose
my absolute.
He's just like Taylor Swift in it. He's like, little. I don't know if that's how Taylor Swift works.
Yeah, no, she does do
I spoke about
hands.
something that I didn't know.
I'm pretty
Doesn't she just like drop things without any warning?
And his production company, I mean, like you mentioned his production company is becoming bigger and bigger. Monkey Paw, right? Like they wanted weapons really badly and lost that bidding war.
Yeah.
So like I think he's also thinking about producing the next great horror films as well as writing and directing them, because you can only write and direct so much. But you could produce infinitely, maybe.
That's
Producing's
true.
easy. You don't want anyone to tell you anything else. Little programming note for you guys at home. We will be dark on Friday. Well, we won't be live on Friday, but we won't be dark.
Yeah.
We won't be dark. Eric had an opportunity to sit down with Peacemaker actor Na Lee, who plays Judo Master on Peacemaker. Such a fun character. Very exciting. We're going to have our interview with Na out on Friday. So instead of doing a live stream, you guys will have that to look forward to. So thank you so much. Last little bit of news here. Sophie Turner of the hit TV show Game of Thrones.
I've heard of it.
And from a former relationship with a Jonas brother and a close relationship with a celebrity that just does this, Taylor Swift, has been cast as Lara Croft in an upcoming Tomb Raider series coming out on Prime. They've tried to do Tomb Raider a couple of times. They did one a few years ago with Alicia Vikander that did not do well. They did one a couple of decades ago with
Angelina Jolie. That did do pretty well, actually.
And I think there was a sequel, maybe.
Yeah. They've tried to crack it a few times. I think the Angelina Jolie first one was probably the most successful, but this one is exciting because it is created by, written by, and executive produced by Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Great news. Who
is fantastic in all
fantastic.
things.
And though I think she left this project, was on Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which is sort of another like
actiony,
sort of like
another Angelina Jolie property.
It's a little different. It's a little different, but
she's
Figured it out.
Yeah. She's like, let's just remake every Angelina Jolie movie.
She's starting to adopt so many children.
Anaconda is next.
It's crazy.
I would watch a Phoebe Waller-Bridge Anaconda in a second.
But the good news is that she's also writing the show, which I think is one of her strong suits.
It's a show. Did we mention it's a show?
It's a show.
Yeah, it's a show on Amazon.
They're not going to start production until next year.
I am curious. I think when we think of Sophie Turner, we don't really think of
action star. Can she climb a rope? Can she climb rocks?
She'll be able to then. I mean, we saw her in Game of Thrones being not as cool as her sister Arya, and then we saw her as a young Jean Grey being not as cool as adult Jean Grey. So hopefully Sophie Turner. Listen, no hate on Sophie Turner. I just think she's like a sweet lady who maybe. But Phoebe Waller-Bridge saw something in her, and she was like, "Yeah, let's do this." So if anyone can get an action role out of her, Jessica said this morning that she saw her in a Netflix show doing coke lines. So that sounds pretty cool.
Whoa.
Cocaine is cool, kids. Am I allowed to say that?
That felt like a fellow kids moment from you.
Hey, fellow kids, he's doing the cocaines.
It sounds like this panel is not the biggest fans of Tomb Raider. Have you played any of the games?
I have. I was
Okay.
just gonna say, like, weirdly enough, like, there's more of it for them to work with this time around.
Okay, great.
I felt like the first three, like the first two of the Angelina Jolie, it's like those first two games. It's just like, okay, what are we gonna do? We're obviously not gonna have her fight a freaking T-Rex like in the games or whatever. So we can only do so much. The reboot games or whatever that came out, like now they're like a decade old. Ooh, my shoulder. Actually provide more of like a younger Lara Croft room to grow into the role.
Oh, so maybe that's
So-
sort of where they.
I mean, it was like pitched as like a Lady Indiana Jones kind of thing, and I think maybe we got away from that, but I think we could get back to it, and it would be cool as hell.
The first like remake Lara Croft game is I crap you not, babies first, I spit on your grave.
Hell yeah.
That's so. If they do anything like that, that would be cool.
Whoa.
I mean, I dressed up like her for Halloween one year.
Whoa.
I
Not a fan, but still did.
no, I was a fan. I
I'm
was
sorry.
a fan.
I misread this panel. I'm the person. on this panel that- not that I'm not a fan. I just don't know.
No, I think it has great potential to be a great movie series. I think
is a
maybe
TV
maybe
series.
they sort of inherently misunderstood like how cool it could be. And I think if anyone can Phoebe Waller-Bridge does lady action really well.
And what was because what was the show that she did, Killing Eve, I believe,
Killing
which had a couple of
Eve.
good first, maybe a really good first season, and then I think Waller-Bridge left and it fell apart.
It sort of fell off a little bit. But yeah, she does. She does a lot of stuff well, and I think writing unhinged like female characters that are kicking ass and maybe killing some people along the way. She does it great.
I mean, and obviously this is the thing she's best known for, but if you have not seen Fleabag, it is one of my favorite
so
shows of all time.
So
it's
good.
only 2 series if you're British.
You can watch that and the first season of Killing Eve, and you'll be like, oh,
It's phenomenal.
yeah, like give this woman every franchise.
It's very good TV.
Yeah, she's great.
Hey, that's our show for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. If you were here live, if you watched this far on the VOD, check your brain. I'm
Check
kidding.
your brain before you wreck your brain.
Keep your eyes peeled for our interview with Nali at the end of the week. And watch Peacemaker. This season has been so fun.
It
so
is really fun. You been watching?
So far.
Yeah, I think it's fun. You don't
great-
think it's fun?
Oh, of course I do.
Oh, okay, good.
It's great. And thank you to Aaron and Gina for hanging out with me today. You guys are the best. It's always so fun to do shows with both of you. So
Wait, we got some Nerd Riot merch. Did you say that? Look at our t-shirts.
Oh, we got shirts on.
Aaron's
Don't
got
look at
their
Aaron's
own
shirt.
cool t-shirt.
Don't look at Aaron's shirt. Blur it out.
Turn around.
But I'm rocking Mephisto.
I want one of
here.
these.
This is-
Mephisto.
yeah.
I'm gonna get signed by Eric.
Yeah.
Send me a DM. We can make that work. And if you're watching Alien Earth, what an episode 5 was. That's crazy.
Yeah.
This guy. Well, I won't spoil
Don't
it.
spoil it.
Don't spoil it. But we've got a Xenomorph. We've got a
There's
power
a
loader.
little
We've got an egg.
I don't
We've
have
got
any
some
of the alien shirts.
Nostromo
They didn't
stuff.
send them in a Gina size.
We didn't send them in
And
a
I
Gina
want
size.
them.
Hey, send me a DM. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.